Chapter 1. Introduction. Gold has been a very useful metal to man from the earliest records of civilization. Gen. 211, it was used primarily for ornamentation and as a standard of money. Gen. 44:8, gold became extremely abundant in ancient times. I Cron. 22:14, 2 Cron. 1:15 Dan. 3:1, Na. 2:9, and was soon used for a multitude of purposes. Weird threads of gold were woven into tapestry and into the garments of priests. X. 39. It also became the principal metal used in the royal crowns of kings. X. 25:25. Foremost among ancient goldsmiths was King Solomon. Vast amounts of gold were brought to him from many different mines, I Kings 10:2-14-21, and in great quantities. Solomon's great fortunes did not come to him by luck, inheritance, nor thievery. They came to him when he appealed to God for wisdom to rule the children of Israel in righteousness, and then God bestowed upon him both wisdom and wealth. Solomon was also given a special mission to build the Holy Temple that his father David failed to accomplish. To construct this grand edifice, Solomon received instructions from God as to how to build it and where to find the treasures to adorn it. Thus gold contributed greatly to the wealth and power of the kingdom of Israel, and also to the beauty and splendor of God's holy temple. It is in this portion of the scriptures that gold was used properly and without covetousness. Gold has rarely been used by man as God intended it to be used. During the Middle Ages, many men were caught up in the fever of alchemy, or the ability to create gold from other metals or minerals. For hundreds of years men spent much time and money attempting to produce this precious metal from other common elements. This lust for gold has never subsided. Whenever men have heard the word gold, it has acted upon them like a strange fever. The discovery of gold has created human stampedes for the precious metal. By boat, horseback, or on foot, men have traversed the globe in the hope of finding their fortunes in gold. Both men and women have endured great hardships, suffered untold sacrifices, and many have died from the severe exposures to heat and cold in their futile quest for wealth. The California gold rush created a panic and a population boom. Prices soared with the influx of people, and a little shack rented for as much as $100 per week. Food prices also soared beyond reason. Later, in 1897, the Klondike of the Yukon became another gold rush field. Skagway was at first only a dock with a general store, but 3 weeks after the strike, it was a boom town with 4,000 people. Food shortages caused a plate of ham and eggs to sell for $10. 1 year, over 10,000 prospectors started out for Dawson, but only 2,000 made it there. Many died from cold, hunger, and disease, while the others were forced to turn back. For many centuries, a legend has been handed down telling of a great gold mine called the El Dorado, richly gilded. It originated with the vast riches of a king who once lived in South America, but no one knew where his wealth came from. Legend says that the El Dorado would again be found, so many men have set out to find this last treasure house of wealth. When the mines of California, Alaska, Australia, and South Africa were discovered, it was hoped each one would lead to the vast fortunes of El Dorado. But to this day that treasure has not been uncovered. Men have abandoned the comforts of home and family to search for this mysterious metal. They have plodded across barren deserts, scaled the snow-capped mountains, and lived the lonely life of hermits, as they picked and scratched for a glimpse of that yellow ore. John Jacques wrote, "What will not men do for gold? They will toil for it, lie for it, swear for it, steal for it, murder for it, live for it, and die for it. They will do more, and suffer more, 10 times over, for gold, than they will do or suffer for eternal life and happiness. The world is almost crazy after gold, for gold is the world's god." For gold, men are found ready to sell themselves, soul and body to swear black as white, to vote for anything or anybody, to cross seas and deserts, to rake mud, riddle dirt, and work with spade, pickaxe, and cradle, among ruffians and desperados, in California and Australia. Yet WHAT shall it profit a man, if he shall gain the whole world, and lose his own soul? Gold, Mill. Star 14369. Gold is perhaps one of the most useful and the most beautiful of all metals. It is used in decorations, jewelry, and ornaments. Men have filled their teeth and their bank vaults with it, and also adorned church altars and temples with it. Gold possesses properties which make it useful because it does not rust, corrode, or tarnish. It is soft to work with, yet resistant to most chemicals. Scientists call gold ductile because it can be drawn out into an extremely fine wire. Gold lace is made by twining extremely fine stripe of gold around silk. 1 troy ounce of gold can be drawn into a strand over 50 miles long. It is also called malleable because it can be hammered into extremely thin sheets. Modern technology has made gold alloy sheets or gold leaf so thin that it becomes transparent, and light can shine through it. This sheeting can be pounded into a thickness of 1/200,000 of an inch thick. Most of these sheets are used in artwork, lettering, and gilding. The ancient Egyptians knew how to hammer gold into leaves so thin that it took 367,000 leaves to make a pile an inch thick. All of the gold mines since Columbus discovered America could be placed into a cube about 50 feet square. Thus it is still a rare and precious metal which men seek after. Once the ancient children of Israel made an image of a calf from molten gold. It was then used for their worship. Today the lure and lust for gold is still an object of man's worship. Thus, it will require a special chosen few to overcome that passion for wealth, so that the purposes of God can be accomplished. When the day comes that man will not regard gold any more than any other metal, it will be the day that God can use them as his servants, and bestow upon them all the treasures of the earth.